Hey guys, today we're going to give a brief overview of what is the UK, how is that different than England, what does that mean in terms of uh, people using the term British, and that they're actually usually used interchangeably, but they're all different. So we'll just kind of explain how they're different, and then we'll also briefly touch on their form of government. Okay, so what is the UK? All right, it's four countries. All right, it's England, it's Scotland, it's Wales, and Northern Ireland. Okay. Most people, I assume, have heard of England. Scotland, a lot of you have heard of. That's where Loch Ness Monster's from. Wales, maybe not as much. And then Northern Ireland, pretty much everybody's heard of Ireland, but actually Northern Ireland, not all of it, is part of the United Kingdom. Okay? So this is the flag of England. If any of you are into soccer, you'll notice that sometimes England will have its own soccer team, not called the UK. In the Olympics, they have a UK team. But a lot of times, depending on what level of soccer they're playing, there'll be an actual English team. It'll be separate. Okay, it'll be separate than the other ones. All right, and then we have Scotland's flag. Okay, Scotland is their flag is what's called the St Andrew's Cross. If you look at it, it's actually the same as the Alabama flag, except the colors are different. Alabama has St Andrew's Cross with red as the cross or X, but with a white background. Okay, and a lot of that's because a lot of Alabamians, way back in the day, back in colonial times, uh, before Alabama was even a state, were descended from the Scots. All right, all right. This is called the Union Jack. Now, it is the flag of the United Kingdom. Now, if you look, you'll notice that it looks like the uh, English flag with that red cross. And then if you look, it also looks like the Scottish flag. And then there's also a red St. Andrew's cross in it. So it's actually a combination because the St. Andrew's cross and the English flag, they all combine to form this, the Union Jack, which is the flag of the United Kingdom. Okay. Now, another flag, which is pretty cool, which you might see hanging up in my room in my ceiling, is the Welsh flag, the flag of Wales. Okay, um, Wales is one of the smaller, less populated parts of the United Kingdom. Um, most people don't know a lot of people from Wales. Most people you know that are British, probably English, some Scottish, some Irish. Not a lot of people know a whole lot of people from Wales. But Princess Diana, who is Prince William and Prince Harry's mother, who was married to Prince Charles, who passed away in a car crash about 25 years. Um, she was Diana, Princess of Wales. Okay, and then there's another a flag of Northern Ireland. Okay, now let's look at what is what. So England is the yellow. It's big. You have Wales off to the side. You can see it's not as big geographically. And then up at the top, you have Scotland, which is pretty large, but it's not super densely populated. And then over there to the west, you see a big island. That's the island's called Ireland, but most of it is made up of the Republic of Ireland, which is its own independent country, different than the UK. But then the Northern Irish part is part of the United Kingdom. And there have been some issues in the past where part of Northern Ireland didn't want to be part of the UK. And there was a lot of violence, and they've had lots of issues with that. But they're in much better shape than they used to be. Okay? Now, this map can be kind of confusing, but you can see that the kind of purple area says Great Britain. Great Britain is what you call the island of England, Scotland, and Wales. Okay? And then if you add Northern Ireland, okay, that makes up the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And then you have Ireland, which is the island. And then all of that, including a little thing called the Isle of Man, which you might also see. I've got a flag. If you look at my classroom up on the ceiling, that's the flag that has the three legs. That's the Isle of Man. All of that's called the British Isles. Okay. Now, how does the government work in the UK? All right. We're not going to go super in depth. Just kind of a basic overview. It's a parliamentary system. They have a parliament like our Congress. They are a democracy, but it's parliamentary. Okay? The members are called MPs instead of senators or representatives or congressmen or congresswomen or congresspeople. They're called MPs, which stands for Member of Parliament. The members serve for 5 years, and there's 650 MPs, one for each constituency or voting area. So to compare that to America, that's kind of like the equivalent of our, uh, congressional district. They have several political parties represented in Parliament. The two biggest are the Conservative Party and, let's see if I can move this out of the way, the Labour Party. Okay, right now the Conservative Party has most of the power. Okay, you'll notice there's the Big Ben uh, uh, clock, but that whole building is the Parliament building. All right, who leads? Their head of government is called a prime minister. They don't have a president. The current prime minister is Boris Johnson, although that's technically he's resigning and they'll have somebody else. But that's who it's been. You might have seen in the news lately. The head of state is Queen Elizabeth II. She doesn't have political power. She's more of like a mascot. She's technically also the head of state of Canada as well. All right. Here's a picture of Boris Johnson. I'm not sure if his hair just won't comb or he doesn't want to, but that's what it always looks like. And then there is Queen Elizabeth II, who has been one of the, I think right now is the second longest serving monarch in history. Okay, so that's it. That's a brief overview of England.